I have to comment first on what Homer was talking about home sharing. Catholic, about a year ago, 2 years ago, the Derringer family gave Catholic Charities their family home. It had been a hospice after the Derringer parents died, and the hospice was no longer affordable. And so we opened housing for older homeless women, shared housing for 5 women over 60 years of age. They've been living together now for almost 2 years. And we realized that it wasn't just the housing. Back to what I was telling you about Kenton, was the community. Nobody wants to get old by themselves. And so it's been a really lovely thing for these women. They range in age from 60 to 92 and have been living together really peacefully. So we have another house. Elizabeth House was our maternity home. My first job at Catholic Charities was as a case manager there 15 years ago. And so we're gonna open up Elizabeth House as another shared housing for older homeless women. So back to what people can do. We are looking for more of those houses. It's absolutely sustainable. Because we own that house, the women can live there and have all of their expenses covered, everything for $400 a month. They're 2 blocks away from Holy Family Parish, which has invited them into their social life, into activities at the parish. None of the 5 women happen to be Catholic, but they go to the parish and make rosaries for the missions. And I love that the community that has built it. So we are looking for more of those houses. And I think that many parishes have houses like that. So that's one thing. So on a really way smaller scale, you can make a sandwich before you leave your house in the morning. My son lives in Boston and is a musician. And he was coming across the same old man as he left his apartment every day, a person who was out in the streets and asking him for money. And he didn't feel comfortable giving him money, but he started bringing him a cup of coffee in the morning. And he's now expanded to making a sandwich. So he's built a relationship with this person. And I think a great way to break down that initial feeling of suspicion or fear that you might have when you meet someone is just to say good morning, as Greg was saying, offer someone a cup of coffee or a sandwich. Just greet them as another human being.
Greg, I'll pose the same question to you. What is one actionable thing we can do today to start making a difference? And I know one for me would be getting with Greg to go out to the farm.
Anybody wants to go to the farm, let me know. We'll get y'all signed up.
It's worth it.
Take it all out there. I am a real advocate. Most of you know, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and we have a problem like this. We coalesce. People get together. We talk, we lock ourselves in a room, and we look at the highlights of the issue. We work through those things, and then we try to get representatives from various disciplines in the community so that all hands are on. We achieve a consensus of that, we develop the plan, and then we take that plan to the community. I would urge people here that are highly interested in addressing this issue of homelessness, because as Homer says, the numbers are going up, they're not going down. They're gonna get worse. And the impact on our resources throughout the city are gonna be incredibly difficult for us. And the group of people that will be experiencing that, as Margie said, those are us. That's not just some people just out there. Those are us. And we have to look at it that way. So I urge people to coalesce. I see the Blanchet House. We have a beautiful facility there. From time to time, people in the community come there and they convene and they talk about this subject. I would urge you in your small way, whether it's a dinner for 8 or what have you, but to talk about this and not walk away from the table until you've decided, I want to do something simple about it. My wife, who I have to watch very carefully because she'd give away all our money to the homeless if she could, she has reduced that to taking cookies and a bottle of water. When we see a homeless person on the street and they're saying, help us, she will give them water, she will give them a cookie, and she will tell them, if you're hungry, you can come to the Blanchet House. So we do those kind of things without people getting harmed. And so I would urge you in your own way to do what you think you can do, that you feel comfortable with, but do something. And no one in this room can define what that may be for you or you or you. You have to decide to do that. And if each of us teaches or helps one, we will start impacting on this issue. The larger, more global issue is, what are you gonna do with 4,000 people in Multnomah County? How are you gonna address that? Housing is certainly a part of that, shelters, whether it's house sharing, what have you, we have to address what's the best process. I'm a firm believer that most of you in this room are capable of helping to add something to that. I urge you to step up and do it. And together we can work something out that will address this problem. It's not gonna go away just because we decide we want it to go away. It's gonna take some hard work.
Thank you, Greg.